Hi and welcome again. Our next video in the series War on Depression. Today I want to talk to you about Elisabeth Kubler-Ross, who is famous for the model she made with respect to the phases of grief. And this model, it looks like this. As you can see, the lowest point of this curve is the state of depression because of the loss of a dear one in life. Let's apply this model to the mental state of depression as well. In this model we can see depression depicted as the low point, rock bottom, so to speak. And we can also see that this model starts with a shock. An event or situation in life that shocked your world, turned it upside down and set a crisis of some kind in motion. The next video after this one will discuss the value of crisis in your life. But shortly, a crisis comes into our lives with a message trying to show us where a change in our life is needed and to motivate us to set a change in motion. Again, we will talk about this in the next video. The question for now is, what has been the initial shock in your life that caused this depression situation of this moment? What caused this shock? What led to denial first, subsequently caused anger and sadness, and led to this mental state of feeling down? We think it's important to have a look at this first so we can recognize a reasonable cause for your current state of mind, which conflicts with the natural state of being as we spoke about in the first two videos. What caused this shock? Let's investigate. As we stated before in our lives, we most of all would like to experience love. This is the first need for every child when it comes to the world. The need to feel loved, to receive love, preferably unconditional love. As a child, we are complete innocence and we expect unconditional love to be there for us automatically. And we automatically expect that our parents, especially our mother, will care for our needs. Not only food and hygiene and clothing, but also love. Later on in this video series I will talk to you about universal needs of every child and what happens when these are not fully met to the extent the child needs this fulfillment. For now, I move forward from the statement that every child comes into the world expecting to receive love, preferably unconditional love. As we have seen before, this love is still something we long and crave for during the rest of our lives. Always hoping that something or someone outside us will provide us with this desired love. And if not, we are motivated to be or do all kinds of stuff to obtain love. So love is our driving force, whatever form you want to connect with love. Whether it's a love for a partner or the love for money and control, which of course is fear in disguise. So a substitute for the lack of love. As stated before, being depressed is suffering from a lack of love. And this leads us to the content of the shock as depicted in the Kubler-Ross model. The shock. It might be the shock that came with a startling realization that what we thought as a child would come so naturally and would be available for us automatically appears not to be available for us. All our efforts to be or do something to receive love from our environment and surroundings did not lead to receiving the amount of love we needed so much. That all our attempts to be loved only led to frustration, bitterness, anger, and sadness. All our attempts to make our environment clear and aware of the fact that we needed love, that they need love themselves while being in denial about this, ended up in disappointment, despair, and depression. All our attempts to experience the love of home ended up in home sickness, as described in video 1 and 2. And we now feel lost because we ran out of options for what to be or do anymore to receive what we need so much to feel in an upstate mood. Love. All our attempts to receive love, to experience love, ended up in going into a deep state of rest, still suffering from the unrest of this silent voice inside that urges us to continue our search for love, that urges us to continue our journey back home. All our attempts to feel love and to be love ended up in completely losing our true selves, not knowing how to be me anymore, giving up the fight to conquer fear and receive love again. I salute you.